Hello, this is Manish Patel from the EIA Capital Group. Today is December 13th, 2011. This is our weekly Ichimoku analysis for the global markets where we cover everything from US side to Europe to Asia. Okay, so a normal disclaimer to state this is for education use only. All charts that you see are from Thinkorswim, from TD Ameritrade, TradeStation, or FreeStockCharts.com. Here are my contact details at mpatel@eiicapital.com. You could access any of our free videos under the education section under ichimokutrade.com, or you can follow us at Twitter at Ichimoku Trading. Okay, so let's go and start looking at global markets. Let's go to Europe. That's the most famous place right now. Let's go to Frankfurt, which has been the strongest of all of them. And if you look at the Frankfurt market, we're basically sitting at 57.85 right now. And you can see we had a trend here. We pulled back to make major resistance level 62.50, held, and now we're kind of going down. Really, we have not sat there and started resuming the bearish trend at all right now. We got to see exactly where we close by this week to be able to determine exactly where we're going to be. But the sentiment is definitely bearish here, but we're kind of consolidating a little here where we got to break below 5,500 in order to start the trend to retest lows of 5,000 and maybe possibly breaking down below that. Okay, that's the Frankfurt market. Let's go look at Paris. If you look at Paris, you could see the movement. You could see this is kind of consolidating more here, and you can see that more apparent there. The support basically is going to be at 27.50 here, and resistance level is going to be around, I would say, let me see, let's put the chart over here. Resistance level is going to be around 34.24 on that moving forward. So definitely look for that one. But you could see that Paris is basically consolidating to Frankfurt, which looks like it's consolidating here. So it's interesting how the pullback. This had a pullback here, but this one you could see. Sorry, Frankfurt. You could see that did more of a pullback than the Paris market when the movement upwards did happen. So Germany is probably a little more bullish than Paris is. Let's go look at London. London, you could see the strongest of Paris and Frankfurt. Reason why it's in the cloud, not even bearish sentiment right now. It's barely bearish right now, but below the cloud, but you don't know because this bar is still forming for this week, and we'll have to see exactly what's going on. But basically in London, we're consolidating as far as the market's concerned. Let's go to Israel. If you look at Israel, the ETF here, you can see that basically we are bearish sentiment right now. We're kind of hanging around the support level of 39.92 as far as the iShares Israel index is concerned. Let's go look at, let's see, hold on. South Africa. If you look at South Africa, sentiment is bearish, but we're just basically consolidating. Support level is going to be 57.50 as far as its ETF is concerned, and about 66.50 as its support level as far as everything's concerned for this ETF. Turkey, you can see it's bearish trending to the downside, trying to get to the support level here, which is roughly about right there, about 39.31. So it's still got some downside movement to go, but it is bearish trending right now. Stockholm, if you look at Stockholm here, basically ETF is showing it's bearish trending right now, but it's consolidating right now, very similar to the Paris market. So this just consolidating there, but if it breaks down further, it can start a trend to the downside. Okay, let's cover Russia. If you look at Russia here, bearish trending, came back, pulled back, and now it's trying to retest the lows. It's going to be interesting to see exactly what happens around 18 for this ETF. If it breaks down, this thing's going to go further down, and it'll be interesting to see exactly what happens with this with time. Okay, let's go over to Asia. If you go to Asia, to Shanghai, you can see that basically we're breaking down now. We had a major support level here at 2307. We're breaking that down further now, and you can see that we're going down lower and lower and lower. And let me see if I can shrink this chart. Doesn't want to shrink. So you can see that's a major support level there, and if we keep on going down further, it's going to sit there and get to the next support level. So it's going to be interesting to see exactly what happens to this guy with time. But Right now you could see that basically it's just sitting there going lower and lower and lower, so that it's lows and have a possibility of trending down even further. So Shanghai market's in danger right now, especially to see exactly where we end up this week. If we break that major support level and close below that, then we do have a possibility of going lower. If you look at Hong Kong, it's not as bad as China is concerned. We haven't retested 17,000, which is a major support level there. And if you look at its major resistance level, you're looking at basically 19,050 is its resistance level there. So it does have a possibility of breaking down further, but it's slowly trickling down. But by the end of this week, we'll see exactly what's going to happen. Nikkei market was bearish trending. We tested low here to when the earthquake happened, which is right about here to 81.57. Kind of bounced off that and kind of hanging around and seeing exactly what's going to happen. We got to get above 92.50 in order for this bearish pattern to completely be removed. The Bombay market, India, you can see this bearish trending here, kind of consolidating. We're getting ready to retest the bottom of the range right now, so it'd be interesting to see where we close by the end of this week. 15,500 is basically a major support level for the Bombay market. Australia, if you look at Australia, it's just kind of it's bearish trend, but now consolidating. Nothing really going on. Support level, resistance level is going to be 4,500, and support level is going to be around 3,900. Okay, I think that's it for Asia. Oops, we forgot Korea. If you look at Korea, basically doing nothing at all, consolidating, so we're just kind of hanging around, but it's not that bearish at all because it has the ability to go into the cloud. So Korea is not doing too bad. It's just kind of consolidating right now. Okay, let's go over to the Americas. So Mexico, we could see Mexico market is bullish now. The sentiment's finally ETF. We've gone close above the cloud, so the sentiment is now bullish. So this is interesting to watch and look at. So definitely keep an eye on Mexico right now. Sao Paulo, Brazil, you can see we're bearish trending here. We entered a pullback right now, so nothing going on. 60,000 is basically major resistance level there, and a minor support level is going to be about 55,000. Okay, Canada, you could see here in Canada kind of hanging around, consolidating, really nothing going on. Basically 11,250 is basically a major support level there, and the major resistance level you're going to see is basically around 12,182. And then here, Colombia, you could see that we're starting to slowly start a bearish trend to the downside as far as Colombian market is concerned. So nothing really going on there, but bearish. Now let's go over to the US side and analyze the US side. Remember, daily time frame is going to be on the left hand side, weekly time frame is going to be on the right hand side. Let's start with the Dow futures. And if you look at the Dow futures, we're in the cloud, so we're basically consolidating. And you can see that we tried to break out of the cloud here, which was at 12,255. We failed to close above it for the week. We don't know what's going to happen. We're basically at the top of the range right now, and we have a possibility of breaking through there. So 12,255 is basically major resistance level. The 11,690 is basically major support level. Let's go look at the ES. Look at the ES, it's not even at the top of the cloud, so it's going to be consolidating for a long time until it get above 1,306. So that's its major resistance level, which we're kind of far away from, and major support level is at 1211. So we're kind of at the support level instead of resistance level on the ES, which is not good. So this is exhibiting more bearish characteristics than Dow futures. And let's go look at the NASDAQ, which is NQ. If you look at NASDAQ, basically we're still out of the cloud, believe it or not, right now. So the sentiment is still bullish right now, but barely hanging on right now, depending on where we close. If we close within the cloud, it would be bearish. And you can see that this is out of the cloud, and this is probably more bearish here. And at the top of all the pivots and everything on there is 24.38. So if we could break that, then we could start a trend there. Support level is going to be around 22.67. Okay. So that's kind of where those support levels there are. And then lastly, the TF market, which is a Russell. We could see that we're at the bottom of the cloud here. It's probably the worst of all of them that we could sit there and enter a consolidation period. If you look at here on the daily, we could sit there and start a trend if it could break above 780, and basically support's going to be around 708. That's it. Remember, don't listen to the news, just watch the charts and go from there. I think you'd be safer. So be patient, and then sit there and trade that way. Okay.